What if the real reason you're stuck, frustrated, and silently drowning in doubt isn't what's happening to you, but what you keep believing about yourself? Insecurity is not just a weakness. It's a weapon of mass destruction aimed at your purpose, and the longer you entertain it, the deeper it digs into your identity. Few people know this, but insecurity rarely shouts. It whispers, disguises itself as humility, and masks itself in comparison. The first step to overcoming it is brutal honesty. You must expose the lie. What lie have you accepted as truth? That you're not enough? That your past defines your worth? That God skipped you when He handed out value? This is where most people lose the battle because they're too afraid to look insecurity in the face and call it out. But until you identify the lie, you'll keep building your life around a broken belief system. Second, break your inner agreement with fear. You've made silent contracts, subtle pacts with fear that say, if I just stay small, maybe I won't get hurt again. But God hasn't given you a spirit of fear. He's given you power, love, and a sound mind. Power means you can break it. Love means you're already approved. A sound mind means you're not crazy, you're just under attack. Samson forgot who he was and where his strength came from, and he lost everything. The enemy didn't need to destroy him, he just needed him to forget. You're strongest when you remember who you are in Christ. Step 3. Silence comparison. Insecurity thrives in the soil of comparison. Saul was anointed king, but the moment he heard the people sing, David has slain 10,000s, his identity unraveled. Don't let someone else's success turn your calling into a competition. Galatians 6 verse 4 says, let everyone examine their own work. Heaven doesn't do duplicates, only originals. If God wanted another them, He wouldn't have made you. Fourth, embrace your God-given uniqueness with radical boldness. That means stop apologizing for the way God wired you. Moses tried to tell God he wasn't a good speaker, and God's response? Who made your mouth? Stop disqualifying what God already qualified. You don't need to fit into the mold, they need what only you carry. When you fully own your uniqueness, insecurity loses its grip because there's no competition in authenticity. Step 5. Speak truth over your life. Your words are weapons, either cutting down lies or reinforcing them. Proverbs 18 verse 21 warns us, death and life are in the power of the tongue. Every time you say, I can't, you reinforce the chains. Every time you say, I am who God says I am, you take back territory. Jesus fought Satan in the wilderness with, it is written. You won't overcome insecurity by feelings, you'll overcome it by truth. Step 6. Surround yourself with builders, not breakers. You can't heal in the same environment that made you insecure. If everyone around you benefits from your silence, your shrinking, your smallness, that's not a circle, that's a cage. David had Jonathan, someone who spoke courage into his identity even when the king hated him. Who's speaking into you? If you want to kill insecurity, walk with people who remind you who you are when you forget. Step 7. Anchor yourself in purpose. Insecurity is always loudest when purpose is silent. The moment Nehemiah picked up a brick to rebuild the wall, the enemy picked up lies to stop him. You'll never be attacked for nothing, only for what threatens darkness. Romans 8 verse 28 isn't just comfort, it's strategy. All things, even your insecurity, are working for your good if you stay on purpose. And purpose is the only place insecurity dies without resurrection. So how do you heal completely and become better? You confront what hurt you without becoming it. You forgive what broke you before it turns into bitterness. You do the work, therapy, prayer, fasting, solitude. You stop seeking validation from empty wells that never satisfy. You guard your heart like Proverbs 4 verse 23 commands, not because it's weak, but because it's the wellspring of your life. You stop performing and start being. You don't numb your pain, you mine it for power. You shift your focus from perfection to progress. You realize God doesn't use perfect people, He perfects surrendered ones. Now the challenge, what lie will you evict today? Because you can't cast out what you keep feeding. Insecurity isn't just an emotion, it's a spiritual war for your identity, your destiny, and your voice. Fight back. Don't just survive it, crush it. Be dangerous to the darkness by finally believing what heaven has been saying about you all along. Subscribe for more truth and encouragement. Like the video to support the message. Drop a comment, we'd love to hear from you. Share this with someone who needs it today. Don't miss our other powerful videos, check them out.